All right, guys, we're back. The beeps have started. You can hear what's going on. It's going to be solo for a little bit because I don't actually know where Zombie Girl went to. I think she mentioned wanting to go to the bathroom or something, but gone for a bit. So we got to get going with the next series, though. We do have a schedule, apparently, and all this other stuff. So in this brand new best of 5, this is probably going to be one of the, like, I'm going to be saying least hyped but most undervalued matchups in the entire round of 16. Because in the upper left, he is going to be one of the Aussie natives. That was a bad accent. I apologize. It's going to be Probe. Of course, his opponent in the lower right has actually earned a lot of renown through Copa America and several of the NA events we've been casting. It's going to be the red Zerg player, Cham. And I think one of the really big things when Cham first stuck out to me was actually a series where he was fighting against Polt. And he not just took a couple of games, but he took the series, and I went, okay, this guy's on my map. Now, Cham's had on and off wins since then, but it's been kind of curious and very interesting to see, I guess, the ebb and flow of his gameplay. Most notably, you'll see players like get hyped by Fear Dragon, and they're all North American representatives and blah, blah, blah. But it's been pretty cool seeing him do well when he gets the chance to. Probe, on the other hand, coming from the Aussie scene, we haven't seen a lot of him, but I've heard a lot of him. And welcome back, Zombie Grub.
Yes. That was supposed to be quick, but it wasn't.
Oh, I thought you were bringing me food. You have Final Fantasy toys in a box. That's not what I want to see. Yeah,
right. I actually don't even know where there's... Oh, I guess there's pizza on the other side.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were hungry. I would have.
I'm quite hungry. I woke up late and came straight to the venue. Feels bad, man.
But you had IHOP at 4 in the morning.
4 in the morning. What time is it now?
That's a good question. It's 1.
There you go. Feels hungry, man. All right, so it is worth noting, guys, as well as we get into this series, I mentioned this, and I wonder if your opinion is the same. I think that these players are probably going to be the most undervalued in the entire round of 16 for matchups. But like these are two actually pretty good players.
Oh yeah, of course they're pretty good. But it's like the main stage definitely took, I guess, the heavy hitters. We have Nurchio, but then the matchup itself, I suppose, isn't exactly, well, it's not on the main stage, I suppose. But then the Chinese players also had to surprise us, and IA definitely did, even if he ended up end up losing.
Yeah.
And then there's these guys, which, yeah, you don't really know a lot about. You don't hear their names too often, but you recognize their names from some tournaments or another, and they're definitely good.
Well,
I don't know about Probe, but I know more about Cham.
Actually, it's funny you bring up Nurchio because, of course, the last match of the day, the last best of 5 we'll be doing after this one will be Jon Snow versus Nurchio, which is, again, like the matchup, that I didn't expect to be. Like, that should have been Nurchio versus Hearthstone in so many different ways. Jon Snow absolutely deserves it, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be like, well, he shouldn't be here, but it's surprising that he is.
Yeah, pretty cool for him, though, seriously.
Absolutely.
Bring it back at the last minute against Hearthstone. But the overload's going to be shoot away here.
Shoots away here.
I said I know a little bit more about Cham, but even still, like, not a whole lot. It's only cast him occasionally, pretty rarely.
Well, let's bring up that one series we saw where he beat Polt. It was a while back, I think.
I was going to say, that must be a while back.
I think it was one of the IEM qualifiers or something. It was just, I remember it being a big upset just in and of itself beating Polt, but it was for something more than a weekly cup.
Yeah, and Polt's not usually has like bad days either. He's pretty solid when he played. But I was going to say, I don't know about Probe. I know, of course, the Australians in the venue are all cheering for him.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of love for Probe here. As much as I've been making silly jokes about him looking like Snoot and otherwise.
I know that he's Protoss and not Zerg.
There you go.
So I got this.
Actually, I know I was going to play into this story a bit. Well, I have been making silly jokes about him looking like Snoot. He's been making them too, and so have the other players. If you look at some of the tweets with Jon Snow, he says, can't believe I got to meet Liquid Snoot. And, of course, he's taking a picture of the Probe. But Probe was actually saying himself, he kind of wanted to like see if he could bamboozle the tournament organizers, swap jerseys with Snoot, and just go up on the main stage and see if anyone would stop him.
It's not that uncommon to have fans who are very well-meaning, but apparently not the biggest fans like they say they are, go up to someone and say the wrong name. And the person just kind of is like, okay, sure. Just excited anyway. I think I don't remember who I heard that from, but we were actually talking about that at the bar yesterday. About apparently Stasia sees it a lot as an admin and just lets it go.
I guess it's going to be kind of uncomfortable. I've messed up names once or twice myself, so I mean, I understand.
Yeah, well, Annie thought she was like, they thought she was Livy B. So.
Yeah, we talked about that on stream, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so that happens more than just pro gamers.
Yeah. Well, this Warp Prism comes across the map, but this isn't with DTs. This isn't with like 4 Adepts. This is an Immortal, a Stalker, and an Adept. This is like the most grab bag kind of attack you could go for.
That is kind of a weird combination. I don't even know what it's supposed to like accomplish.
Well, Ling Run By is going to be good. Takes out one of the pylons. First one's going to go down.
You know what? I figured it out, actually. So we're going to watch this unfold here, but I know what it is, right? The Adept is going to shade and distract. The Immortal is going to take out the Roaches and the Hatcheries. And the Stalker is going to take out any flying units like Overlords.
This isn't like a Final Fantasy party where like they're superheroes and they can take care of it.
So well, though.
And if any of them die, the Warp Prism's got the Phoenix down, right? Cover their bases.
Yeah, right.
Now only a pylon died up here. The Adepts are able to take this out. The Warp Prism, excuse me, the overcharges were good. Cham's attack didn't really do much, but neither did Probes. So good deflections and good defense on both sides of the map.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very, very weak Warp Prism, so it almost feels like it should be dead anyways, but it might get some clever warp-ins later on. We got a lot more gateways on the way to prepare for the production given from the third base. Cham, though, is being aggressive. So I think that is kind of his trademark here. And he's going to catch Probe a little off guard. Force fields do come down a little bit late, and there's just not enough of them either.
He gets all 3 of the sentries. Left side, he's getting another one on this side. And of course, you got to watch out the Twisted Biles. They can knock down the force fields. They can also just straight up kill buildings like pylons, kill units like sentries. And this is a big attack out of Cham. All those gateways are depowered. Cybercore is going to go down, so no more Adepts. Yeah. Well, maybe it goes down.
It might be a worthwhile target anyways. Like, no more Adepts, no more sentries either. And if there's no more sentries, there might not be anything to stop the army from moving on top of those Immortals. And the Immortals are the only thing that's really stopping him from winning the game. He's going to take out the third base, and he's still winning, but he can't quite kill Protoss on 2 bases. So they got those Immortals, they got those sentries.
The links around is good, and the Corsair Gears keep poking away at that Mothership core. She's not going down anytime soon, but the third base is.
Yeah. Warp Prism Micro would be really cool, but it seriously is like one shot from death for these Corsair Gears. Yeah, that's actually kind of a scary thing to even mistakenly run into. Not that I think you would, but Micro's the best he can with the Immortals, and like credit to him where it's due. That was some pretty good Micro. It was.
But this comes off of losing the third while Cham takes a fourth.
Right, and while Cham doesn't have any upgrades or a layer even, it's only finishing up just now, that was a lot of damage, and he kept so much of the army alive too. So I would say there's not really a fear of a counterattack. That could be Probe's plan, just like reverse, all in, because he's got the Warp Prism already ready. He's got a couple of force fields getting energy, Sentries getting energy rather. But it's just, I think that he would have enough of an army, and if he had to just make a couple more rounds, that wouldn't be that much of a problem. He'd be safe. So third base goes down for Probe. Cham's might be able to get another cancel on that. There's a lot of Lings, and the army's kind of out of position. Even if the
piling gets overcharged, that's going to get surrounded immediately. They'll take out like 4 or 5 Lings in the process, but the Nexus also gets surrounded, so both buildings going to go down. Good cancel out of Probe, but still a bad fact that he had to cancel it.
Yeah, and he really didn't even get that many Lings. Like, so many left, and the force fields could go down in time. Now, he did kind of respond to losing control of the situation by getting robotic space, so either that was what his original plan was, or it was a literal response. Either way, he has Disruptors already on the way, and that can definitely be a comeback tool. Certainly we saw that yesterday with Game Time and M. Canning. Constant back and forth with Disruptors.
Man, M. Canning, after losing, still had a big smile on his face. I love that guy. Like, I'm actually the biggest fan of that guy right now. His personality is just so good.
Yeah, M. Canning's a really cool guy, but I also became a fan of Game Time as well.
Yeah, through gameplay.
Gameplay, and just like, he was a really good interview. He's a very affable guy.
Somebody's got a crash come down.
I know, caught in the Twitch chat.
I know, this happened yesterday with all the players you were interviewing.
Oh my God. Every one of them.
Thank God we didn't get Bly on. Jesus.
Oh, that actually just would have been true.
That was, I know. You're not even shameful about that one. Bly's is good looking. All right, so player superficialness aside, that's a lot of force fields in these sentries, a lot of guardian shots, a lot of anything he wants to maneuver with. And of course, the army supply is not looking too shabby either.
Yeah.
I don't really care much about this one Disruptor, but it's already gotten a good hit. Maybe it gets another. It's the power of these Immortals, the power of the Warp-ins that are going to make this attack so dangerous. And Probe's not joking around.
Yeah. This is a deadly army. There's a lot of force fields. There's quite a few Immortals. That Disruptor's not going to be too helpful. That does suck, but maybe he can make magic work.
He's going to break the force fields. This allows the Banelings to hit a lot of splash damage. Hits what shouldn't have been hit. There's no Warp Prism to micro back anymore. It's a little bit awkward as it's way back here.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a mistake right there. Disruptor has to be almost cooldown soon, and that is a very juicy looking shot with all those units in that choke all bunched up together.
Yeah.
But has to pull back. Cham has another base to go to as well, so if he really did have to give up one base or another third or natural, maybe continue on with the game. A Probe's down 30 army supply. He's also got no upgrades. Only one disruptor shot despite another one having popped out. I think this is his third one in his building right here. Oh, it's on the front lines, actually.
I really like the flood of lings behind this, by the way. Bailing speed finishes up in a moment, too. This is going to get better for Cham if he doesn't take too many losses right here.
That was like a single Ravager, as good as it was going to look, and I think that Probe's just going to get overwhelmed.
I mean, make no mistake, this was an attack from Probe that could have done so much damage to Cham, but well defended, well guarded, good corrosive biles, and I love the way that he chose to use them to break the force fields instead of trying to reach over them for the sentries.
Yeah. Yeah, Probe was pretty desperate for that attack anyways. I liked the idea, you know, he got the third base, but he didn't really send any probes to it goal because he didn't really need to. He was running out of his main base anyways.
That's his name. Name of the movie.
Oh my god. But the point is, like, that might have surprised Cham enough, but Cham had gotten so easily to 74 drones whilst also getting like a decent army that adding a couple more rounds wasn't that big of a deal. Nitas are on the way finally as well. The Spire finished up as the attack happened, so of course he waited to make those, but now they're out. They're going to be able to deal with that very, very weak War Prism. They might help deal with the Disruptors as well. Does he have Blink? I don't even remember seeing a Blink. I didn't think I did.
There's no tech for Pro. I mean,
yeah, there really
that
isn't.
was without question like the all-in dedication that you meant to cripple your opponent. You gave up all of your tech just to make that happen. No Twilight Council, no Forge. Like, that really was just like, I hope Disruptors can save my ass. I didn't actually realize just how all in that was, to be honest with you. That looked like a pretty dedicated attack, of course, but I didn't realize there was no tech follow-up, and no chance for tech follow-up.
Yeah. Probes did they tried to block as much as they could, and this is a very, very small army. No upgrades, no blink. Really quite terrible. Guardian Shield popped preemptively, so it's going to be wearing out by the time the fight happens. It's absolutely game.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much overrun on that side of the map. Plus, he's going to get fully surrounded on this side. That was a really good disruptor hit, but it's not going to be good enough. And Cham takes game number 1. Well done.
You guys want to see what I got?
You want to show off your Final Fantasy stuff?
Yeah. So okay. I'm kind of a dick. Not gonna lie. So they're like, I've never seen this before. It's really rare, and I look for the stuff a lot, so I knew they were telling the truth. I've never seen this before either. But it's like Final Fantasy X Seymour, like version 2.
Well, hang on, just while she does this, Cham's got to go to the bathroom, so it'll be a few minutes just so you guys know. So that's why she can't do this.
Well, I mean, the lobby would be 30 seconds anyways. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty rare. I've never seen it, and I'm a dick because apparently there's just been this guy that's coming to a convention like literally a week from now. There's another convention happening, and he's been asking for this specific thing for like 4 years. Oh, geez, you bought it out. Feels bad, man. Yeah, but then what's really cool is that because I bought so much stuff from the same guy, he gave me this for free. Does he actually recognize you? Yeah, of course. Of course he does. Oh, shout out to Andy for this picture. I like it. All right, guys, we got some shout outs to do, I guess, while we're waiting. Shows this off. Drunken Llama hit us up with a 3-month Twitch Prime sub, says BaseTradeTV, best TV. Gambino TV hit us up with a Prime sub, brand new. Thank you very much. Bacon Hero for 4 months says offline event. Hey, boo! Daffy, also 14 months, says special. I guess it was back when we were interviewing Major. Came in 369 for 4 months. Welcome back one more time, sir. We got Skeptical Robot, which I think we got earlier. Yeah, 3 months says, I don't know what this does. And then I don't know how much we've missed or didn't miss beyond that, guys. It's been a bit of a hectic day. That's most of it. Well, we apologize if we missed anybody. That's what it comes down to. We're going to try and get the lobby up, but I guess because Cham is in the bathroom, and this is kind of a busy place, it'll take a few minutes. We'll hit up some ads. Thank you for waiting to be banned. Time flies. He's made it 15 months not getting banned. I'm impressed. He's still waiting. Still waiting. See you guys soon. All right, folks, we're back. And we got a sign to show off behind us as they slink down. Was it Dr. Foxhound, right? Yeah, that's right. Dr. Foxhound from chat behind us. He's got a good luck, have fun. Nathanius, and then a very shiny. This is like the most cheerful I've ever seen. The shinies of cheerfuls. The shinies of cheerfuls. All right, well, players are saying good luck. Race. All right, there we go. They got it. All right, have a good tournament, man. Yeah, it's kind of fun. We've been just kind of on the sideline here, right, casting in the corner of the player pit. But we've had people constantly coming up to us, saying hi, meeting us, taking a couple pictures here and there. It's been awesome. Yeah. I will say my favorite thing about these events is just the fact that we do get to actually meet our fans. That it's not this imaginary person behind Twitch chat that might be a viewbot for all we know. We just have the most advanced viewbots by one kind soul who can never make it to an event ever. Oh my god, it's like Westworld, but in real life. He lives like in Antarctica. Whoa, man, spoiler, I don't even know what the show's about. It's about human-like robots. Oh my god!
Okay, we are getting into game number 2. Welcome back to WCS Austin 2017. In the bottom right, he's down 1 game. Coming from Aussie land, it's Probe.
In the top left is the blue Zerg. It's Cham.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know we've met at least, or at least I've met at least probably a half dozen of our subscribers, which is cool.
Okay.
And then a couple of other just random folks who just love StarCraft, don't have Twitch names. It's always that thing, though, when we come to these events, and it's not good, it's not bad, it's just a thing. Where it's still weird to me that we have people who would watch us every day, but they would never make like a Twitch account or a YouTube account, and they don't leave comments and they don't interact, but then we meet them at the events and they're like, yo, we love you guys.
I've met more people I've recognized when they say their names here than anywhere else.
Yeah, actually, and this is something I'd like to say for everybody, general PSA, if you're going to an event, you might think you're a nobody, but trust me, folks like us, Nathanius, we read chat all the time. We recognize your names. You introduce yourself as like John Smith. I'm not going to really know who you are. It's a politeness. Thank you for introducing yourself. But you tell me you're so-and-so from chat, I'm going to light up. I will know who you are, most likely.
Yeah, either you're a very active chatter or you've subscribed a few times and we've tried to pronounce your name. Like that really sticks in my mind.
I know, more for us than other streamers. Just like how badly we pronounce everyone's name.
So I got it, yeah. That's pretty good. And now we're actually getting an opportunity maybe to hang out with some of them too, as we have just these 4 games in the 3rd series already.
Yeah, actually, it's I don't know, it's going to be kind of freeing, but I'm also going to feel like a little bit sad because I've had a lot of fun sitting down just getting to cast some StarCraft behind the big main stage of StarCraft.
I'm ready to get into the convention, hang out everywhere moods.
Oh, yeah, I haven't actually seen anything outside of the StarCraft area. The StarCraft area and the food area, and that's it.
Yeah, I walked to the Final Fantasy store.
Several times, actually.
He almost convinced me to buy the Omega weapon, which is like $175, because he said he'd put it at half price.
Wow, that caster money must be real nice.
He said he'd put it at half price. And I was like, ah. The thing is, like the thing I got yesterday was like really big, right? But this had like depth to it as well. Like it was like.
What's funny is like Zombie with like just the few boxes she bought yesterday was like, man, I'm gonna have to ship this home. And like now she just brings more and more boxes back like every trip she makes.
I mean, hopefully they can still fit in one box.
I don't blame you, by the way. The allure of a good deal is honestly better than the product sometimes. You're like 75% off. I don't even want that, but that's such a good deal. You can't not get it.
That's all Steam sales are.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll play this game once, probably.
Maybe. I've got so many Steam games I've still never even touched. But okay, we got an Adept coming across. Looking to get some pokes, but it's not going to get much, as it does see there's a lot of lings ready to anticipate it.
Yeah.
Something super hype is going on behind us on the main stream.
I was like, what happened?
Whatever's going on the StarCraft stream right now.
Oh my god, they're storming the mutas. Holy shit. No, it's pretty hype game, it looks like.
Who's playing on the main stage right now? I can't.
A Zerg and a Protoss.
Oh, a Zerg and a Protoss. Good.
Xanster? No, Namshar. I was like, Xanster's out of here.
I love Xanster.
Namshar versus whoever he's facing. Showtime. There you go. Oh, so Namshar won.
Cool.
The game.
I didn't think he won a series just yet. It's too early. Plus, Showtime is such a good player, man. That would be super shocking. Oh my god, we got snacks. I've been dying.
Yeah, we got snacks.
Oh my god, thank you so much. I guess we'll just put them here.
I mean, I don't know if all of those are ours.
Oh, are we supposed to take just one, or what's the deal here? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, those like all the brownies.
Well, we can't eat it right now, obviously. But thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. We got the DreamHack folks hooking us up with some cookies and brownies, which is awesome. I've been very whiny about food.
Are there cookies over there?
Legit, yeah. Is it like drizzled in like icing or something?
I'm not really a fan of brownies too much, but.
I could go for a cookie. I could
go for a cookie. It's the chocolate thing, man. So Probe is going for a DT drop here, pretty standard. Last game, I guess we didn't really get to see what he wanted to go for. He got the 3rd base, and then things went kind of south from there. But I guess he did get the 3rd base, so I guess he did not go for the Dark Shrine. Instead of that War Prism Harasser, that's right, with the weird collection of War Prism units. Yeah. And that clearly didn't work out as much as he wanted to. This is more standard by far.
The War Prism Harassment was weird because it was, I feel like, going to be ineffective no matter what, just because of the unit type. But the fact that that game was so all-in, I'm actually wondering, like, now that he's gone for a little bit more of a standard build, well, standard's a weird way to phrase it, I guess, but I wonder if this will be that same degree of all-in, or if there will be tech behind it. Like, are you banking to win the game with DTs and Archons, or do you plan for the long game? You're going for Blink and +2, etc.
There's got to be that follow-up. I mean, that last game was a lot due to just like the timing of the attack. The 3rd base had just finished, the production was on the way. He was probably on the brink of throwing down more tech structures and then he had to do other things. So the question always is, though, is it blink follow-up or charge follow-up? And it does seem to be a little bit based off of what you scouted the Zerg is doing. Of course, the Zerg can go Ling Baneling, Hydra, Ling Hydra, Roach Hydra. They can even go Lurkers, technically. Some people still do that. That kind of covers all the bases, I do believe. But the point is, like, they have a couple different options. There's going to be a very fast robotics bay, though, not Twilight Council, so a fan of the Disruptors, I suppose.
Maybe. I got to say, like, it'd be really weird to see Colossus or something. It'd be cool at the same time. Because
It would. Mana was doing it, wasn't he?
Yes, but I was just going to mention, too, we don't actually really know what, that's going to be weird to phrase, like, the meta in Australia is, so to speak, right now. Like, you've got players like Igas and Probe and others who just, they're not competing in Europe all the time. They're not grinding the Korean server. They might actually have a different style of play, straight up.
The worst version of NA, which is the worst version of Korea.
Oh, feels bad, man. But I love Dare's reaction in chat.
I'm just kidding.
He's flipping tables over us getting snacks. I think somebody's a little bit jealous.
They usually have them. I feel like I've seen more people give it to admins and staff than us. Like, I've seen them walk around with the sandwiches.
Let me have this petty win.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just.
Don't correct me on this one.
I just mean that, like, there's, you know, you shouldn't be complaining.
I think you Wandering Whispers for the Twitch Prime sub, by the way. Says StarCraft 2 keeping me entertained at work. Hooray! I'm sorry that you're working on a weekend, man. That sucks.
Yeah, maybe he gets like 3 days off though. I mean, that would be sweet. I would take that. I mean, that's usually what happens with us.
Alright, Archon drop kind of fell through with the first Archon dying. Takes away so much damage of the attacks. Right now, he's cleaning up creep tumors. He can get some poking here and there where he can, but this is so limited in what it can possibly even do. You're right, by the way, it is going to be Disruptors.
Yep, Blink Disruptor. So he does still go into Blink and +1, just also adding in the Disruptors as opposed to Immortals. Which we'll see if it works out. You really got to wait and see if the Disruptor shots are any good. Last time they were pretty, desperate. They were hurried. He was attacking, not defending, and I think generally ZVP has gone more to Protoss defending until they can really secure that 4th base, or their 2-base all-ending, like the different extremes of it. So that's probably what it's going to be going to. Cham does have the Spire. He's going to make a couple of mutas, deal with the Warp Prism, deal as much damage as he can with them, and then probably transitioning out. Although Cham can be a little weird. I guess he could go Mass Muta. But I don't think he should.
Mutas are a very interesting unit in this matchup in particular, because sometimes they can be amazing. Like God mode, I win, ha ha ha, in your face. Base trade, like I'm thinking Penguin games, right? But then sometimes they're just like the biggest throw, because you walk them all into an Archon Blast, or the Blink Stalkers take him out so easily. Like even here, oh my god, he's almost going to lose a bunch of meters if like one more shot went off.
Yeah, kind of sucks for Probe to lose it, but I don't think this is too much of a surprise, considering that it is Cham, and that happened last game, and it's a ZVP. Aspire was probably going to be on the way, and since he has Blink already on the way, his +1 just finished, he has the base units to help deal with mutas. But again, it's not mass muta, so he doesn't really need to worry, and he really shouldn't, and he's not going for like Stargates. Just needs a nice amount of Blink Stalkers, and maybe a cannon on each mineral line to really make sure.
I keep looking at those brownies. I'm just wondering if I could stuff one in my mouth and finish it. The duration of one of your sentences.
You could eat one while I cast for 5 minutes. Okay, that's a yes. So 7 probes went down. I'm assuming 2 the mutas, so that I looked away for a second to look at him eating brownie. Mia's still alive, gonna go for another dive, maybe on the probes in the main base. The Mojo Core is at the 3rd. 4th base does finish up. There's a wall of the natural, but there's a lot of important tech on that wall of the natural, so definitely worthwhile defending. Mutas are stopped, and damn, that brownie just like smell just like came like walking over. Disruptors are caught off guard, however. They need to actually start sending out their shots before they all die. They're completely surrounded. Probe doesn't have them hotkeyed. Probe isn't looking at them, and all of them die. The 4th base is going to go down after that as well. Probe, I don't think has a chance now that his splash is taken out, and he doesn't have those sturdy immortals that are not splashed. They still take out so many units. He doesn't have any of them. That was all of his Robotech. I mean, does he even have an Observer? Like, he's actually so bare bones. He still hasn't dealt with the mutas right either, so he's lost 27 probes over this game. He's going to be forced into another all-in. He's going to have +2 Stalkers, I suppose, and maybe he could squeeze out that War Prism again, but it's just not going to be a very fearsome all-in. A lot of Lings and Banelings, and actually Probe's just going to tap out. GG. Rifkin, did you drop your brownie? Okay. He ate it. Cham takes it 2-0.
I was just trying to finish it before I got out of the game.
Well, I saw this like kind of like movement, like, you know.
Well, I was moving like any crumbs I had like out of the way. Okay. That was awesome. And I got to say, Cham's kicking ass, kind of to be expected. But this comes for me, not from a place of like disrespect to Probe. We just know Cham a little bit better. We're not too well versed with both the players because the thing is, while we grind stuff online all day, these are not folks we see signing up for the Cups. These are not folks that are playing in our regular weeklies. And that's not a bad thing. They've each got, like, I think it was Major was talking about how he hates playing on online Cups. He doesn't want to give away builds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where did I put the map order for this?
Isn't that at the very bottom? Your mouth smells so much like brownies.
Hmm?
Your mouth just smells so much like brownies. Ah, why?
Every time you've ever stuck your mouth full of food at me. All right, Proxima. Yeah, that actually, I've still got brownie taste in my mouth. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or not. I'm like 50-50 on like enjoying that brownie and regretting that brownie.
You need some milk to wash it down.
Like, to give you guys an idea of what they just kind of walked by and they're like, here, feel this. This is actually heavy.
It is actually.
That's like 5 pounds of cookies.
That is a soft cookie right there.
Oh, real soft cookie there, eh? All right, I'm going to take a little bit too. What's the verdict?
There's a lot of shit in this cookie.
Yeah. I bit into it. It was like eating a... It was like I took sugar and I just went like... Ugh.
I don't think I like it. There's like mint in it though.
There's what?
There's like mint in it.
I didn't taste mint.
There's a little bit of mint, like either on like the frosting or something, but there's like a billion cookie, like chocolate chips. It's like a chocolate chip.
This is now an eating
with
stream?
a little bit of cookie batter.
This is WCS. The S stands for social eating.
Yeah.
World Championship Social Eating.
Exactly.
WCSE. All right, they are ready to go. This could be the deciding game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us here for the WCS cast, it is WCS Austin. It's currently 2-0 in the favor of Cham. And he's looking to knock Probe out here and now.
I want to see the chat.
Me too, but I need to check something. Nope. Still looking for... All right. We are in... Whoop. I keep muting this sound. I don't like these keyboards. Okay. Excuse me. I'd much rather have my superior one than I have at home that I can't advertise at this tournament. Game number 3 in the top right. He has very successfully taken the first 2 games in this series. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the blue Zerg player, Cham.
In the bottom left is the red Brodos. He is Probe.
Yo, we have some straight up Star Wars cosplay walking by right now.
There is a lot of Star Wars cosplay, but that's actually like legit full suit.
Yo, I'm actually going to out of game this for 1 sec, guys. You can see got, like stormtroopers walking behind us and stuff. This is awesome. Yeah. I love DreamHack. But anyways, of course, focus here for the start round. I don't know. So 2-0 for Cham feels good. We also had this with IA though, so there's the reverse sweep is an option. We saw it with Major, but I just feel like Probe, he's hitting his head against the wall here. He went for a very dedicated build in game 1 that didn't work out, failed. Okay, you understand that. Game 2 I thought was a little bit closer to normal, but the control wasn't there. Losing that Archon early, I don't know if that's just like the yips from being this far into a big tournament like this, or maybe he's just not comfortable. But the point is, like, he did not execute that the way he needed to defeat somebody like Cham.
I mean, of course, there's the Archon kill, but then more importantly, I think there was the Disruptor kills. If his army was split a little better, because he really did have all of his army except the Disruptors in one place, and then even then, all of his Stalkers in one place, all of the accessory units in another, and then all of Disruptors in even another. If he was controlling it absolutely correctly, then sure, that might work out. You send the Disruptor shots out, you protect them from the Lings with Photon Overcharge, and it's a beautiful thing. But he just didn't have them all doing the correct things. Even the Blink Stalkers, while they were available in the main and natural, weren't blinking to the right locations, so you saw the probes just start to rack up and kills. So you're right, there just really wasn't that level of control that was necessary. And I mean, it was a really tough time though. Like, it wasn't necessarily like Probe like a bad player, but that was like 4 different attacks. And Disruptors are, I think, one of the most difficult units to try and use when you're trying to multitask, since you really cannot set them and forget them. Proxy Stargate is the follow-up response on Proxima.
It's not, I don't feel like this is even a desperate move. I think this is just a smart thing to do on this map. But I'm just so less convinced about proxies versus Zerg players more recently. I think a lot of Zerg players are just used to defending. Nobody plays really greedy. No one's skipping much. Maybe if you come in with a double Oracle that you bank up and you wait to send it in, I kind of like that when it's in proxy. But if he just builds 1 Oracle, sends it over right away, it's going to get like 3 drone kills, chased off. to wait for the second one. Like, we've seen it 100 times.
We actually saw it yesterday with Cyril versus Hearthstone, I do believe, where Cyril was, like, this is the ideal situation for the proxy Stargate, where the queen was out of position because you just don't expect it. You don't bother, and of course there's no sport call either. That usually means like about 6 to 8 drone kills, and then 2 more in the natural, the third, something like that. So like a total of 10, and that's a pretty good proxy Oracle. But even with the queen in position, it only killed I think 4 in total. So it's kind of looking at the same situation here as the queens are on the front lines. They don't want any scouts seeing that there's no third base because it's a fast layer with a fast Roach Warren build. And they might not be totally in position to save the drones. And it might be worthwhile to proxy the Stargate.
Well, first one's going to blast right on over. No one queued up for the second. Oh, Cham,
so there is absolutely no queen in the main base.
No, and this is going to be devastating. So this makes the proxy all the more worthwhile. But more importantly, even if this caused no damage, he scouts the Nidus Worm. This is huge.
If there is a single queen, though, deflecting this, that he would still be able to build so many roaches, it might not matter that he scouts it, right? Like, he still is only on bare bones production. Some of his production, an emergency void ray really can't be built here.
But so here's the problem, and this is why he doesn't have those queens all over the place. Like, he really thought there's more coming through the front, and without lots of roaches or lings waiting, how are you going to stop the Adepts? Well, you got to have all the queens out there ready. But unfortunately, that's caused a lot of damage incidentally. He's building more queens now, but this Nidus Swarm's not going to pack that much of a punch. I mean, he's like, what, 2 roaches, 2 queens, and 3 lings?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. But Probe, funnily enough, also didn't even go for a Mothership Core until just now.
Oh,
so
geez.
That's a little weird. The queen is, funnily enough, protected by the Sim City of Probe. No
SimCity's working against them.
1 vote in overcharge isn't going to be quite enough with the transfuses available. Oh, they got to win the Nidus Swarm, though. Oh, that might have been a mistake.
Maybe. I mean, this already did a lot of damage, though. This killed 10 workers, pulled a lot more off mining for a longer amount of time. New Nidus Swarm's coming out to replace this one. I mean, what's going to be going into it, though? A couple more queens, I guess.
I mean, it's a very early Roach Warren, or Nidus Worm rather, but it's also just the fact that he also lost so many workers. This really should have been double a very small amount of units, but still double. But it might just be enough. Like, I think...
Oh, you know what? There's an overcharge. Yeah, the overcharge, I think, was the clinching factor, not the probe pull, not the stalker. Oracle comes back for round 2. This transfuse is ready to go, of course, but the probe's being pulled is already damage enough, as stated before. Probe's on 36 workers and 2 bases, but is this enough damage for Cham, who's going to be behind off of this?
Is real. Micros the queens, probably do it again and get that Mothership Core.
It's almost like medevac micro or the...
Gets the Mothership Core, and while the production might just be good enough if the gateways did finish, this ended up being quite a bit more damage. Can Cham macro out of this? That's still kind of up in the air, though. Like, it's 22 workers at 38.
Speaking of being up in the air, it's another Oracle coming in.
Oracle does the dog.
And that's going to be the GG. All right, so Probe not going to go down without a fight, but I feel like as much as I want to give him credit, that game was on Cham. A Nidus Worm is such a risky... I feel like that was entirely based off the fact that he was 2-0 and he just wanted to try and close it out.
Yeah, it also really sucks too because funnily enough, he has to put the queens in the Nidus Worm, and the Nidus Worm is the main base. Had he done that a little more preemptively, there would have been queens in the main to stop that Oracle. But he really waited till the last second to bring those back, so they were just holding the front lines.
Well, we're going to get Newkirk set up, guys. Don't go anywhere. A small break comes at you, and we'll see you soon for more. All right, folks, we're back, and we're loading into the game. It's map number 4. Wasn't entirely sure the series was going to go all this way, but... Oh, I forgot I had that one. I thought I was already out. So I am double hand sanitizing today. One bottle was almost empty, so I bought one from the store yesterday. Anyways, we are getting into game number 4. As stated, let me do the score here in just a moment, guys, because he finally has a point on the board. Can I not swap the names of the WCS overlay? I guess not. Feels bad, man. Okay, well...
Yeah, you can.
It's not letting me.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, okay.
It's a different button, I guess. Okay. Normally it's Control-Shift X.
Yeah.
But with 1 point on the board and not going down without a fight, in the bottom left, representing Australia, it's going to be the blue Protoss, Probe.
In the bottom right is the red Zerg. It is Cham.
All right, so this series, I would say is absolutely still going as expected. A third game where you're up 2-0, I think you get to make a risky move. You can try and close it out. You can try and do whatever, but I was actually wondering if you could look something up on your phone real quick.
All right.
The prize pool difference going forward, where's the next leap up for the round of 8? Because we talked a little bit about this with Zeph after you had taken off yesterday, but like, you know, that whole round of 16, like getting here, this is like $2,500 minimum you got for getting this far into the tournament. That's awesome. but there's a lot more prize money than that to be won here at WCS Austin.
Oh, boy.
Well, while she looks that up, too, it's just worth noting nobody did anything weird this game so far. I mean, again, we had some cheesiness, we had some cheekiness. Nidus was always funny to see. I can't imagine he makes that move again.
No. I mean, it's unfortunate, too. There was a proxy Stargate for it. So probably would have, it might have worked rather otherwise, but that proxy Stargate definitely messed him up.
I wonder at the expense of maybe a little bit of defense, if it's worth diving in there with the Oracle and killing the Nidus Worm on Cham's side of the field instead of the one at home.
They get double the WCS points and $1,500 more if they make it to the round of 8.
So 4K for the round of 8?
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. That really puts some emphasis on these best of 5s. Like you're playing one best of 5 here, it's single elimination, and it's a difference of $1,500.
I feel like if I was a player, I would try very hard not to think about it like that.
I feel like I wish I was a good enough player to win this money so that we could fund tournaments. That's like 3 months of Corsair Cups right there.
Yeah.
And just the difference alone, by the way, not the actual prize money. The prize money itself could sustain it for a long time. But
a couple months of rent.
Yeah, that too. Shout out to Blizzard for seriously supplying so much for all these guys playing, trying to help these guys each, I guess, earn a little bit more of a career through StarCraft.
Definitely a better split of the prize pool with $1,000 going all the way down to the round of 32, was it? Group stage 3? You made group stage 2, you had $1,000.
Yeah, I think that was the bare minimum, yeah. I remember Bly was talking about that too.
Yeah. So I know for like some of the players it was like, you know, whatever, they still want to advance on farther, but for some other players that was like the most money they've ever made from pro gaming because, you know, they're also like part-time students or
yeah, a lot of folks didn't even expect, like, again, talking to John Snow, many others in the interview, like they really didn't expect to get where they did, so I think at this point everyone's very happy with the way things have gone.
Yep. So not a proxy this time, but it is a Stargate opener. The Oracle did work out very well last time, but that had very much sort of do with the fact that it was a Nidus Worm all-in, and the Queens were specifically trying to stop an Adept Scout, so they weren't in the main base. Just very unfortunate for Cham, as he did the wrong thing. This game, I think he even sees the Stargate as an overload right there, so the Sword Crawlers are going down. Shouldn't find himself out of position.
People were discussing my new phone in chat. I got the S7J, I think it's called. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like it. It's very slow.
It is. Like, it's funny, because, like, you think $200 is still like a nice chunk of change, but when the main line, you know, the $800 ones or whatever, like they're really, really inferior to them. It's
the fact that I'm going from, I feel like I'm a spoiled brat. I went from a Pixel to like basically nothing.
Well, it's funny because my dad, who's like, you know, he's tech savvy, but not really, you know, he's not a kid, all right. He likes my phone, so he gets like one that's like it, but a lot cheaper. You know, he gets like a $200 one, and he expects it to be pretty fancy because it's a smartphone, and it just constantly like it randomly plays music for no reason. It lags all the time, and like battery will drain super fast. And I'm like, well, there's actually a reason it costs so much money, I suppose. Anyways, that has to be a cancel. Very unfortunate. Oracle was late to the party. No Mothership Core yet.
The cancel's not devastating though, because I don't think for Probe this is really that. Like, there's no 3 Stargates coming out. There's no emphasis on this third base yet. It sucks to have to cancel it when it's so far done, but it's not game-ending by any means.
No, it does definitely suck. Cham is getting a Bailiness, +1 melee, while Probe is trying to transition out of the Stargate into a Twilight Council and a Robo, or Forge, I assume. Just waiting on that. He's going to go for an Adept attack first, paired up with his Oracle probably. It's not too deadly, though, really. If you're going to go for Link Baneling and they make any Banelings preemptively, this could actually turn around real hard on Probe. Twilight Council, Gateways. He's got almost enough Adepts to start that attack that I was talking about, but his Oracle's been seeing a lot of Lings, so I kind of hope that Probe doesn't go for the attack. Yeah, he's not going to. Gonna wait for the Resident Enclaves. I would hope. Just keeping the army safe and tucked away.
I'm worried though, because for Probe,
7 Adepts, I don't think it's...
Yeah. Yo, look at that Bastion over there.
That is pretty cool.
There's some really cool cosplay around here, guys. I'm actually super jelly. Sorry, ADD casters, I know, but I was worried because Probe, what is the point he's getting in here? 7 extra gateways coming out. He's going all in. Like, he's going to not have that follow-up. He's not going to have, like, a big, long tech game behind it. He's going to try and win the game with, like, these next attacks, and I don't know if that's going to work, man. Cham's really good with this control. This Baneling's already on the way. These Adepts are not going to be the surprise element that Probe wanted them to be.
I really thought he was going to skip this part of the Adepts flow, I suppose, because this is not uncommon at all to see a couple of adepts, 7 and 9, kind of, just run across the map. But the Oracle, I thought, had been scouting the Lings. I thought it saw the Baneling nest, and this is where I talked about they could really turn around the Protoss player. When they commit to this, when they don't shade out preemptively away from the Zerg, they just lose a bunch of adepts instead, and now they're a little bit scared of their third base going down.
There's a little bit of Sim City. It's just, I don't know, Cham doesn't really need to put on the pressure for the attack. I think I'd be much happier watching him get the Baneling speed finished up, get those Hydras, and then go like with a full force attack. The thing is, though, and this goes back to Probe's composition. I said there's no tech follow-up behind it. It means there's no storms. There's no disruptors. There's no AoE that's going to really chew through the Zerg army with that one big blast.
And it's like again, like that's the earlier 7 adepts going in there. I mean, he still has so many because he is all in here. No gas at the third base, no double robo, no other tech really beyond this. But those earlier ones are supposed to do a lot more than they did. At least scare Cham. But Cham's at 68 drones.
Was that really loud for you, too?
He's got a lot of Banelings and Lings and Queens. Not too loud. And I think Probe's really sizing up the situation right now and saying, like, I don't know if this can work.
I mean, a good stasis trap might actually get something done here.
That's a pretty clever idea. Hope that Cham comes into you, but it only catches like 6 Lings.
There's not that many Banelings that have to deal with the Adepts yet. This is kind of funny because I guess Hydras used to get super wrecked by them, but Hydras have more health and Adepts have less since that was the case. So Hydras might just be fine to trade out with this. Really, for me, I look at this and it comes down to the Banelings. Can they get the hits? Can they get the splash damage to make it so that these are not the problem? There's speed, there's health, there's a lot of ways to engage this army. Probe's a little bit split. He cancels the transfers.
Starting the splits a little bit. Honestly, not the best, though. Like 6, 7 adepts actually wrecked. There's enough Banelings for the rest of them anyways. The Warp Prism goes to the main base, and there is not much of a follow-up here.
No, I mean, there was a big warp in, and a really nice big warp in, don't get me wrong, but he's starting at the Templar Archives now. Is it too late? I mean, honestly, that's not a rhetorical question for once. Is it actually too late?
I think it is. Probe is taking so much damage, but even if he could find his way to Storm, he wouldn't really have a lot of buffer for the High Templars. I mean, the Hydras are even barely used here. It really was just the Lings and Banelings doing their job.
And the Banelings got some phenomenal hits in that fight. Like, that was, you don't normally see, like, he was trying to split the Adepts and he had so many of them. It's because you're inevitably going to take some hits, right? But they managed to catch the biggest clump possible. The Hydras have got the damage. They take out the Adepts. Probe's down to 18 army supply with no tech follow-up. I think it's safe to say Cham has made it to the round of 8.
I think it is as well. These Hydras are going to help take care of the Warp Prism, at least thwart it for now, and then probably send their way across the map. There's not much else keeping Cham from moving. He doesn't have to really wait for +2. Centrifugal Hook's finished.
Actually,
+1 has been done.
This is actually alarming, though, because if he does wait too long and gives Probe time to get things like Storms, don't get me wrong, Probe's supply is in the gutter. The chances of him winning this is very low, but the chance becomes there and available if Storms start getting those hits.
It's just still going to be so few Storms. He barely has enough gas to even get, like, 2. He doesn't have gas for 2.
Oh, we got Panic Panger's respect for Probes already.
It's pretty grim.
Sir 7.
Cham, maybe he's going to wait till he's maxed. That might be something he's waiting for, as he's
in
there.
I would actually like that, because for him, he doesn't want to throw this game either. Like, he knows he's winning. There's no question about it after that fight. But it's a question of, like, do you dive too deep? Do you try too hard to end the game early? And then end up with that situation was, I think it was game time on this map, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah, Disruptors did help change that around. And the Warp Prism is going to find a pretty barren main. He was starting to build a, you know, Spine Crawlers, Warp Crawlers, whatever, but not going to be enough to pull Cham back. Storm is done, but there's just so much army.
Yeah, it pops off some of the Banelings, which is really nice, but it's the Hydras he needs to kill. That surround's looking pretty good. There's no upgrades for anybody, which means the Hydras are just going to come in as really strong next tier units. And the Adepts, of course, are tier 1. They're not going to cut it.
Nah. I mean, Cham didn't even really bother to micro out the ones on the left side.
Yeah, he's just A-moving. He doesn't need to micro, right? Like, he's got it. Yeah. This was what the Templar Archives was too. Gee, Cham's gonna take this series 3-1 and advance on in WCS Austin. Very nicely done. As always, we're gonna, I guess, try and grab him, see if we can do an interview maybe. But before then, a commercial break. So we got one last series coming up after this. It's gonna be Nurchio versus Jon Snow. That ZVZ hype. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Thanks for watching.
Hey everyone, I am here with the winner of that last series, Cham. He 3-1 Probe, Australian player, and is on to the round of 8, right?
Yeah.
That is pretty substantial. Is this the I guess you participated in Copa America, right?
Yeah.
So you probably got pretty far there. But I guess in the grander tournaments, I suppose, this is one of the far deepest runs you've ever done?
No, actually, last year in 2016, the WCS Season 2, it was in France, where I got top 8 as well.
Oh, okay.
And from there to now, it was kind of like creepy results, kind of being like a good player, but not getting the best. So
Yeah.
I think this is, for this year, the second best event I had since the 2016. So yeah, feeling pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Did you feel confident against Probe? I actually don't know much about him. Do you know much about him, like playstyle-wise?
No, he didn't have bots in YouTube, and neither in the streams. He doesn't play tournaments, so it was really hard to prepare. But I used to talk with Serral, so he gave me some tips about CVP, and then now it's my best matchup, so I was still confident anyway. So
that's so weird, man. I feel like you're now, I guess, the third. I guess Serral gave you some tips, but you're the third Zerg player to say that they're very confident in CVP now.
Yeah.
I feel like the last thing I heard was Stute saying he doesn't understand it at all.
He doesn't?
That was like a month ago on like a stream. He was like, I just don't get it.
He has to talk to Serral, a meeting.
Yeah, he has to talk to Serral. Serral just like, when I asked him, okay, what do you know? He's just like, I make a lot of banelings.
But it's just so simple.
That's great.
Serral says it's so simple, but you have to understand it and just do it like how he says. And
yeah,
it's super simple, and then it's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, that's good. It's great that you're performing well again. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of actually like Zerg players that people were looking forward to seeing, like Serral, right? Like they said that he was going to do pretty well, and he definitely is. And now you're in the round of 8 as well, so that's pretty cool. I think your opponent's going to be the winner of Nurchio and Jon Snow, right? So guaranteed DBZ?
It's going to be against Uthermal or who was the other? True.
Oh.
So I'm expecting Uthermal, but I'm very serious.
I thought it was... Okay. Because like Sarah was saying that he's facing the winner of Major versus Iasunu, which is like the one we cast. So yeah, I didn't actually look at the brackets. I was just completely guessing. So
yeah, I'm at the bottom.
Okay. So Uthermal versus
True.
It hasn't happened yet?
Not sure. I think they are about to play.
I guess it would make sense that we're way ahead, so that's too surprising. But okay, so it's Uthermal and True. So would you prefer ZVZ or ZBT?
I have a better record against True these days, so actually I had one more than he has beaten me, you know?
Yeah.
And against Uthermal, it's going to be super hard. Against Uthermal, in the late game, I'm very confident I always win. But then the games he won against me was in early mid game because he's got a very good harass, very good mechanics. So it will be just survive and then get it to late game and then win. But it will be super harder like against Uthermal than True. So
yeah. I mean, Uthermal I would say has like some pretty damn good TVZ, but of course he took an earlier loss yesterday against Game Time. So maybe there's some weakness there. Plus, I find it funny you say like you have a better win record against True.
Yeah, and also Uthermal, he said that he's better against the Roach style, so that's why Game Time played Muta in those series, so that's why he lost, I guess.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense. But True, I mean, the last time we cast him, like a couple of weeks ago, in fact, so like really not that long ago, but to be honest, his ZVZ looked atrocious. Like, it wasn't really that great like a month, 2 months ago. And I got some confirmations from, I guess, his team manager as well that it wasn't his best matchup. But then I know yesterday he beat Snoot 2-0, I think.
Yeah, I think he's not a macro Zerg player. I mean, for example, Snoot or Tilo, almost all the Zergs get infestors, and then True just likes the gorilla stuff. Like, he sometimes gets 16 drones in the main, then 6 drones, then full links, or if he goes macro game, he never stack up to infestors. He just go like only claws, the roaches, and just go full gorilla. So I saw a game against TLO, like True against TLO, and TLO had like infestors, ravage, and everything, and they just True 8-click with the
8-clicked.
So like really?
Yeah, just maxes out. Yeah, True's definitely an aggressive guy. So it's gonna be an interesting matchup actually on stage, Uthermal versus True. That should be a good one. Yeah,
he relies a lot on his micro and his mechanics, so I think that's good in a way, but bad as well because he's not super strong in the late game. But I don't know. We will see. I want True to advance.
Yeah.
But I honestly think Uthermal is a little bit too strong.
I think I want to say Uthermal is going to take that series as well. So he does prepare against him. But I don't know. True's surprising. And they know that it's going to be played today as well, right? Like a couple hours. So
yeah, all the round of 8 is going to be on mainstream. So it's going to be my first time here.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So yeah.
So you didn't get to last time you were round of 8. You didn't get to be on stage.
Yeah, in France I was, but I mean like here.
Oh, in Austin. Yeah. That's still pretty cool. Do you get any jitters? Do you get nervous?
No, I'm actually playing a lot better with experience. So
yeah, I feel like the more I talk to like pro gamers, the more I find it like I hear less and less like I get jitters, to be honest. Like even from you know, I asked Game Time about it. I asked Cyril about it, and they're just like, hey, I get excited, but I don't really get nervous. So that's good though.
You get that by experience. The first events I was like shaking and all that stuff, and it was bad because you play bad. But now, with the experience, I am able to calm and, you know, like the breathing and everything. So
yeah, breathe in, breathe out.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I guess you got to go prepare for that, right? Like that could be in like something like, well, it's.
I have to prepare my hair and the OSC Roots T-shirt. I'm not using it right now, but
yeah, I guess you have to go
OSC Roots.
Put that on. Yeah. But yeah, it's like 2 o'clock now or something. Yeah, 2 o'clock. So you're gonna go get ready. We gotta get into the next game. Actually, the series has been going really fast. That's why we're so far ahead of the main stream.
Who are you gonna cast next?
We do Jon Snow versus Nerchio.
Oh,
that's why I thought I thought that's the way that things were going. You're gonna face them. But
I see.
So actually, well, while you have you here, you know who you think's gonna win that one?
I think Nerchio, just because the MMR difference. Because Jon Snow has like 6.2k in Euro, like Nerchio has 7k.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the whole thing is like Jon Snow got here right by actually not doing so well in his group, and then just barely bringing it back to face Hearthstone again, and then 2-0ing Hearthstone. So is that like? You're saying that's kind of a fluke because it's EVP, it's not EVZ. Yeah,
well, I didn't saw the games, but could have been a lot of things. But yeah, Johnson is strong. I mean, I won't be surprised if he takes it, but of course, the favorite is Nerchio. So.
Yeah, I think everyone's favoring Nerchio for that one. So yeah, so a lot of Zerg still left over. But right, so just do any shoutouts that you would like to the stream?
Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Y un saludo a la comunidad latinoamericana por apoyar. Y Mayor ya pasó, ya pasé. Nada más falta que la sur, así que. So yeah, thanks to everyone, and see you later, I guess.
All right, thanks for stopping by, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, I think Rifkin is currently MIA, and the players haven't quite sent us their maps yet, but usually they've been super fast about it, so I imagine it's going to be coming very, very soon. So can't play a commercial quite yet. We're just going to go ahead and put on the break screen while we get set up. Thanks for watching, guys.